Happy Saturday and happy birthday. Every day is your birthday. Treat every day as though it's your birthday and with gratitude. No matter how upside down our earth feels. Whoa. Okay. Oh, I wanted to say thank you to Smiling Vonda for my coffee and my tea. Thank you very much. That's going to be helpful for my tummy. And I also wanted to tell you that I have a few things come through Amazon from my gift list over the last month. I had a couple of things come through and they didn't enclose a paper, and I tried to get the names and they were not able to give me the names. So if I missed saying thank you, please email me at thewayofpositivechange@gmail.com. Thank you. And if you'd like to schedule a reading with me at the end of June, I have some openings on Mondays or Saturdays. And I think I even have a little bit of a Wednesday here or there. Thewayofpositivechange.com, and scroll down to book an appointment. All right. The tarot class is full. If you've already asked or inquired and I sent you information, you're still good. So just go ahead and let me know when you've that you sent your check or whatever, and you're still in. So don't worry about that. And full moon, blue full moon tomorrow, Sagittarius. And this was our card of the day, The Way of Positive Change, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. You can find us there on any of those platforms. Join our group, learn tarot at the same time, and get a word each day, right? So some of us could be a little overly sensitive. It only takes one sword to kill, but clearly this gentleman has 10. And the last one impales the ear, and that's about things that you hear or things that have been said in the past. When this card comes up, sometimes some of those past old sad movies or reruns of things that didn't go quite right in the past, we all have those. We all have tragic events that's happened in the past. And the dark side doesn't want you to be happy or just wants you to be confounded or think about the past, or if you spend too much time inside. Thank you, Teresa. Spend too much time inside, or just, that's the dark forces, or don't underestimate them, right? So they can just try to whisper in your ear or get you to think or about past things. And so, especially if you play old music or songs that remind you of things. So put the pictures down, get rid of the old music, listen to something completely new. Listen to jazz, listen to classical, listen to Christian gospel, listen to Celtic Irish women, listen to Native American pan flutes, or like Sacred Spirit, or someone like Diva Pramal, or Buddha Lounge, things like that. So because we're not saying that bad things didn't happen. We're not sweeping things under the rug, but we have to put them over there, because they don't have anything to do with what we're creating today. So just sort of watch out with the wonky energy of this blue moon, and take good care of yourself. Get outside, clear your head, ground. Going outside is very, very helpful, and listen to a completely different type of music, so that you're not, brought back into the past or reminded of something. Sometimes, especially if you have like a specific string of deaths of elders in your family, like I did, I had to put away pictures for a while, because it was too much, it was over the top. So protect yourself, take care of yourself. You could be a little touchy. Someone else could be a little touchy. Someone might take something overly personal when it wasn't even intended that way with that 10 of swords. So there's that. All right, let's start off with, gosh, I have so much to read on. Oh my God. Okay, let's start with Polymarket. 4 weeks ago, I did a reading on Polymarket and Kalsi, and our guides and angels told us that Polymarket was just going to go completely down the tubes. Somebody was just going to investigate it, and it was not going to exist to be. Now, we know that Don Jr. and Elon were sitting with the Polymarket dude before the election, and then his Polymarket dude's laptop and private files or things like that were confiscated. Remember, just like Alfie Oakes in Naples of Oakes Farms. Something that Biden initiated an investigation into. Remember, justice takes a long time, and he can't, one of the best things, I think it's important that we remember that Biden appointed so many federal judges. I mean, he knew that appointing as many as he could would really, I think he set the record. And I feel like, he really knew what he was doing. He was trying to protect us. And I just feel like we need to continue to send him prayers and love and appreciate everything that he did. Because I think those federal judges are going to be the real key, because they're coming alive right now, and I'm all about it. All right, Polymarket, the future of the betting. And they've been doing so much stuff about, gas and oil. Oh, that reminds me, got to ask about. If we're going to have an extreme shortage. There's an Exon, apparently an Exon official said that, all right, Polymarket. We'll get to that. Polymarket. Will they continue to be successful in hedging bets or betting on their platform, on whether the stock market's going to go up or if oil prices are going to go up? What happens? What's the future for Polymarket, the business? All right. They have a plan, and it isn't Polymarket working on their own. They've been working with two other entities, businesses, platforms. And they did something, Polymarket or the owner or the CEO or the CFO or whatever, did something for someone. They granted a favor, did something for, went along with an idea or request from someone. This was secret. It could be dark money when it's negatively, normally this is a very good card, but when it's negatively aspected, when there's secrets about, then it isn't. It goes to the dark side. So someone had an idea, someone had a goal, and they wanted help with the goal. And it's to do with numbers, of course, with Polymarket, things that are written, things that can be seen, things on paper, things on electronics. Okay. So they know that something they contributed to is going to have a problem. Can you guys hear me okay? And I'm just going to say that the Pood Star had a hand in this as well. A sleight of hand in this as well. Thank you, Rosebud. Overseas people had their hands in this. They're not going to get Polymarket, the owners, they're not going to get what they were promised. And in fact, they're going to have to get out of something. They're going to try to outsmart their opponent or outsmart someone that they dealt with, who they now realize were not fair to begin with or were not good people to be dealing with. There is a legal situation coming up for Polymarket. Now, I believe that Kalsi and Coinbase are already being sued by Letitia James and investigated by other judicial people or situations. Okay, now here's ethics and justice. So they will not be able to continue the way that they are currently doing business. They may be sent packing or have to restructure completely. They may even have to change their name. Something definitely does not go the way they want it to go. And they're going to have to go to plan B because they're getting caught up in ethics and legal issues. And this is coming, and it's coming very quickly. Okay, so that's Polymarket. And the Pood is all over that. And speaking of the Pood, and last time I looked at Polymarket, I mean, it was so bad. You know, it was as bad as Vance's cards. No one's cards are as bad as Vance's cards. Unless you read for the couch. Sorry, I had to. Okay. Now, speaking of the Pood, there was, they say, an errant mistake, accidental drone that went into Romania, into an apartment complex. And Lithuania had to scramble with a threat of Russian flying things. So I want to know if any more of the Baltics or if Romania or any of the other countries around there, and Romania is NATO, so will Putin fire on any more NATO countries or any of the Baltic states? Will he fling flying objects? I also wanted to say, I noticed that my subscription numbers bumped up a little bit. So I just really want to say thank you for anybody that took the time to check, see if they were subscribed or subscribing because they're watching and they want to help us because you know what YouTube is doing to the algorithm. Oh, and I also wanted to make it clear that I am not leaving YouTube. I'm going to stay on YouTube, but I'm going to search to do even more on a more supportive platform like Substack. And I'm going to be learning that over this weekend and this coming week. And Lucky Girl's going to help me. So we all thank the angelic, helpful, ever-loving, ever-fun, ever-entertaining Lucky Girl. Okay. Okay, the Pood wants control and already did this, made this opening into this, but this is a ruling. Listen, he's still looking. He's like, okay, I did a little fly thing into Romania, and now where else would I like? Where else? And he's also going to make an internet problem for a country. He feels cornered, and a cornered snake bites. He is a snake. It looks like one, I'm going to say one more. I feel like it's going to be a particular target, building, and then he may stop for a little bit. Let me just see what he's going to do next. What is the Pood? What is Pooty going to do next? was listening to Ed Luce the other day on MS Now, and he said the Pood had lost 35,000 men in 1 month. 1 month, this past month. 1 month, y'all. What is Pood going to do next? What's his next move? He doesn't know. Whatever he's going to do is covert. So he's going to do something, and so other people will not be able to tell it was him. So he's going to cover his tracks. He's making a deal with somebody so somebody else can do something, and they'll blame it on them or someone else. So an F flag. He's made a deal with a very specific female. I don't know who that is. He wants to be free. He's going to laugh and play at the results of this. I wonder if this is that Maria in Venezuela. Sneaky lying. When this thing happens, he's going to be seen in public, so it couldn't be him. You know what I mean? He's still got a goal. But this is not Ukraine. This is something else that he's stirring up. And I think this has to do with him trying to get back at Trump. I don't know if this is Cuba. He gave something to Cuba. He's got a whole nother plot here. Oh, this is really bad. Okay. All right. Speaking of, everybody told me to stop saying that person's name, that it would help on YouTube, but I've been doing this for so long. I've been doing it for so long, I doubt I can even do that. Okay. I just want to see, they said he attended a meeting. They said 45 attended a meeting to decide whether they were going to make a deal with Iran. So he's been seen, because everyone's saying he hasn't been seen. He has posted on Truth Social. In our psychic development class, many are saying that he's done as of tomorrow. By the end of the day, that there's a change. He's already gone through change with his health that is not reversible. So it is a steady downhill descent into further ill health. So let's see. How's Trump's health? Is it really bad now? Is it getting really bad today, tomorrow, the next day? Ooh, 3 of Swords. He probably feels betrayed. You know, the 3 of Swords is the betrayal card, and he probably feels betrayed for some of the judges that he appointed that are going against him. You know, he's always going to say it's Obama, but all right. Well, they pumped him up. They're going to bump you up a little bit here. Give him every type of drugged up cocktail that they can give him to prop him up. But we know the truth. That these are just like little bursts or little times. Short periods of time. All right, he's still doing okay right here, short term. Because we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, I would watch for reports of any of the family making a trip to the White House. Look to see today, tomorrow, what family members have been seen going into the White House. Because the you-know-what is hitting the fan. Okay, so there's this change happening. If anyone, I don't think I have a moderator here, so if anyone wants to, feels like if they can type out the question or wants to help, that would be awesome. But of course, it's not, you don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah, here's a procedure. So it looks like he might visit with someone. He's all pumped up, and then something happens very quickly. It's not good. And change. Instability, quick instability, loss of balance. Okay, so what? And agitation, extreme agitation. Okay, so family is, and this is looking at this, so family is coming. So I believe they're getting, over the next 24, 48 hours, they're getting notification that, hey, this might not look so good, So, okay, so what happens then to Trump's health over the next, let's see, we'll go for the next week. So that's 5, 6, 7 days. Okay. What happens to Trump's health the next 7 days? So every time I asked if he would be able to follow through with any type of schedule or presidential schedule, which he isn't, that he would, by the end of this month, which is by the end of the day tomorrow, that he would not be able to follow schedule. And they have already, and Susie Wiles has already told the other cabinet members, he can't stay on script. He is no longer going to be responsible for going out and speaking about things that are affordable or the economy, what have you, that it's going to be you and you and you. And we're already seeing that. So that's already happening. That gives him time to go out with his gold foil gun. It's gold foil, liquid gold foil super soaker. Okay. So Trump's health next 7 days. Because they have to go to the hospital, have a big procedure, go down, bed rest, 4 swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Ace of Swords. Okay. Wow. Okay. So there's a big change happening. Like it's right now. Okay. They're not telling us what's going on. He's already had a doctor rush to his side or rushed to doctor's side. This has already happened. The change has already taken place. They're trying to protect him. They're putting walls up. They don't want you to know about it. Don't look over here. Shell game. And this would be like, if I was going to believe that they actually had a body double for him, which they could have, with long distance sight, but surely not close, not short distance. Okay, so here's a big decision. Now, this is going to be by cabinet members. It's going to be by, people like John Thune, Vance, Rubio. I just can't even say the other person's name. Okay, so they're going to get together and have a whole meeting themselves, because this is like what's going on, what went on with his own father. We already know that. He's confused, and he's not going to know where he is and what he's doing. And he's just not going to be able to move forward. He's going to be overthinking everything. And then it's really bad. So keep your eye on who the media, or see if TMZ or other good gossip channels or investigative reporters say who's seen going into the White House. Okay, so keep your eyes peeled, because this is really bad for a health card. It means when it comes up for someone you're reading for, you have to acknowledge that they're having a terrible time in whatever they're asking about, whatever area they're asking about in their life. So this is really bad. And he's having some things, organs in his body that are atrophying, because there's no flexibility in the emperor. His feet are in steel boots on concrete or granite throne, and it's really bad. So go get that champagne, work with quantum physics, scent the momentum, go get your celebratory items today or tomorrow at the latest. All right. And speaking of tomorrow, my friend David sent me a video. I forget the guy's name, and my phone's not here. Said that an Exxon executive, or an ex-Exxon, an XXXX executive from Exxon, someone that knows a two or thing about gas and oil, said that in the next 3 weeks, that we're going through our reserves right now, that this administration has their head in the sand. They're the ostrich technique, pretending that everything's okay, and it isn't. And told this guy in confidence, apparently, or said it to someone else in confidence, that by 3 weeks' time, he said 2 to 3 weeks, but I'm just going to say 3 weeks' time, is there going to be an extreme shortage with gasoline for the average American? Is there going to be an extreme gasoline shortage at our gas stations by the 3rd week of June? Are we going to be standing in line? Is it hard to get? Is it super uber duper expensive? What happens to our supply at our local gas stations? They will not tell us what they know. They want to leave us in the dark. This apparently is the card of the day. I know we got the Ten of Swords, but this keeps surfacing. All right. They're going to be called to try to do something, but they can't. Their hands are tied. The judgment horn and the archangel can blow the trumpet as long as he or she wants, and people are stuck. All right, there's been a problem. Here we're okay. And by the end of 3 weeks, we may be able to purchase some or get some help from someone, because at the end of 3 weeks, this will be in the past, recent past. We're okay. There is some price gouging, and some areas holding on to the gas that they have. This is caused by greedy people. There are problems in certain areas. Of course, we want control Someone tries to help us. Here we take help from someone, and there's someone else that tries, and it's like, no. Okay, so there are going to be problems, and the devil stands for fear, addiction, greed, materialism over spiritualism. That's what that inverted pentagram is on the devil's head. And it's also restriction, because these people have chained themselves to this beast, which would be MAGA. All right. And even conservative people that don't consider themselves to be MAGA that have chained themselves to the orange-haired beast. So this means there's going to be problems, but it's because of greed. But the answer is yes. Now, and then there's waiting, so there's that waiting in line. So, all right, so that's enough on that. So we'll read on that again next week. Just remind me. And I'm sorry I didn't post another place for you to post questions today. Yesterday was crazy, you guys. But at least both of my sons, one came at night, one came at 4:30 in the morning to try to help me jump my car, but it wouldn't jump because it was the starter. So we were doing everything but standing on our heads. All right. But it's so nice, when both of them came to help. All right. Something else that we've been in the dark about are these data centers. I didn't even realize that there were so many that had already been placed and put up. I also got a text from Tori from our class that said, that one went right up by that famous resort area. Oh my gosh, it went right out of my head. And they were going to have to get all of their electricity from somewhere else. They just notified them. And this is a wealthy resort area, Lake Tahoe. So there are other planned ones to go up. One West Palm, right by West Palm, what used to be a jungle park, water park. Well, I want to know, are the newly proposed ones going to go through? Or will there be enough protest to stop them? Because we have to stop this, you guys. Texas, second on the list. I think it was Virginia is the first state that has the most, then Texas, then California. Will they be stopped from putting all these data centers in? Or will they be stopped? Yes or no? Will they continue, or will they be stopped? They're going to come up with a different, I know they're skyrocketing the electric bills and power bills for people, but they're going to come up with an alternative source of energy. That's why, that's going to happen. Okay. This is actually good because there's going to be a stall. So they are not going to be able to push through. Some of the places, this is good news, you guys. There are some places where they have been proposed where they will just stop. They will be stopped and they will not be able to go through because this has not come to fruition, to fruit, like in the Nine of Pentacles. And their goal is on its side. Their projected goal is on its side. So this is good. This is really good news. They set out to conquer it all. There's a legal sword there. Which billionaire has the lightest hair? It's not Musk. It's not Bezos, because I don't know what color hair Bezos had before he went bald. The guy that owns Virgin Airlines has life here. Meta, lighter hair. Might be him causing a problem. Okay, they're trying to get the money together, but there's a problem. Okay, so they're going to have to go to plan B. This is actually really good. They're not able to come up with everything. In 6 months, they're going to try to come up with a different revised plan. And then they are going to continue. But there's something slows them down here. And then they have to change something. So that may be a new source for the power where it isn't affecting the people. Okay, so let's just see if this benefits us. The changes that they're going to make to the data centers and how they get their power. Will this be helpful to the citizens of the United States? The upcoming changes they're going to legislate, pass some bills. Will this be on the data centers? Will this be helpful for the citizens of the United States? I don't think Bezos had really dark hair. I think it was light brown. Because I used to follow him when he was younger because he was bullied. And I had been bullied. So I liked seeing him. Everybody knocked him down for creating Amazon, telling him he was never going to be a success. It would never work, never fly. He made it fly. So. And I know he's done really awful things, but he is doing some really positive things for the environment, creating some coral reefs. So just, he's probably more bad than good for sure. But at least he is, some of those people just don't do anything, like Musk. But he is actually doing a couple of things for oceans, and the Bilbo, Lauren, whatever her name is, she tries to make something happen there too. Okay. Boy, there's a lot of scandal and gossip and speculation about this. And then what they want to do is on its side first. Then there's ethics, government rule, worldly rule, money and corporations, judgments. Okay, it actually, believe it or not, it looks like Congress, our feckless Congress, is going to pass some laws that will actually help protect us with this. Okay. There's a few Republicans coming around. All right. And if you haven't watched that video, if you go to my homepage and you look at the live streams, find the one, I've got a turquoise top on it. It says good news here, because that video didn't get enough views, and it's really about more of the St. Clairs that come forward that tell about muskmelon, and a lot more positive information coming through. So see that video, that live video I did, because that was really uplifting. It really made me feel much better. Okay. Okay, now is Trump, because I mean, the orange one is going to be sick. He's sicker, sickerish, sickeritis. He's got sickeritis. He's got sickitis. His sick is inflamed. He's got inflammation of the sick. Okay. He's not going to have a sickectomy. They can't take it. They can't take it up. All right. Is there going to be a deal made with Iran, or is there going to be more flying things through the air? Apparently, according to Midas Touch, I listened to this morning, they've taken out 3 planes of ours. The 3 big things that fly through the air of ours. And there's no report of it anywhere. And there's 5 people that have been wounded, or we don't know to what extent, because these 3 giant things that fly through the air at fast speed of the US that were brought down. No report of it. We're going to make a deal. Will Iran and the US make a deal? Or is it just going to bust up and there's going to be more flying things through the air? What happens? Thank you so much for hitting the like button, subscribing, being here. Support your favorite reader. I'm so grateful for you. But, if you really, if there's 2 readers that you really like, please support them and do everything you can to help them, because they're really, YouTube is really making it difficult. That's why we're all looking at Substack. We're gonna, and if you've just arrived here, thank you. There's over 1,000 people here, which is really special for 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Thank you so much. I'm not leaving YouTube. We're just trying to find a more supportive platform where we can, and where we can be with you, but where we can also make some money, because we've all lost money on the monetization. Okay. But it's mostly because we want to be with you in our community, but we do have to keep the lights on. Okay. So unfortunately, when we're asking about whether Iran and the Weekend at Bernie show will make a deal, it doesn't look very good, because the star card of hope and inspiration and things being balanced and harmonic is on its side. And the first card out is the 5 of Cups. So there's already regret and lost optimism of how this could have gone, and the actions that have already been taken. Proposals have been given, but not accepted. So they wait. They've planted the seeds. They started these actions. The plants aren't going to, that farmer knows the plants aren't going to grow themselves. He has to you reap what you sow. You have to plant the seeds. You have to use fertilizer, which is stuck in the strait, and water. And they're looking back at past deals that were ripped up. All right. Now here's the writing of a document. An idea. Opposing views, separations. Now, I'm concerned that the talks may break down, or the peace thing. There is no peace thing if 3 big flying things of ours that fly through the air were brought down. Iran really thinks that they have the wherewithal, and they're okay to walk away for a while. They're okay with it. All right, now we have in our hopes and fears the Temperance, because tempering is needed. Harmony needs to be restored. We have to have some balance here, but this is in our hopes and fears. Okay, so we're looking. Okay, so I'm going to go back to there's going to be problems with internet. There's going to be internet sabotage. I'm just going to put it out there. This causes a big problem. But we're going to look at other foreign leaders to try to help us with this. And I feel like because it's the Two of Wands, there is some measured success, but not enough. And then there's Trump stuck, and the other people really don't know what to do because Trump doesn't know what room he's in. So what exactly happens between Iran and the US? What happens? I'm a little nervous for some reason. I don't have a good feeling about this. Especially because they're just not telling us what's happening. Like those two pilots. Or the thing that happened in at one of our bases the other day. Okay, so everyone's concerned because the orange one has to have the doctor right there at his side. So there's a lot of concern over that, and they're just putting everything off. For a short period of time. Let's see. So what happens between the United States and Iran? Oops. The Hermit. That could mean well, that's the Star of David in the Hermit's lamp, but they could be looking for an alternative negotiator to help, an intermediary, searching for a word guru or a mediator guru. Okay, we're just not going to know. They're just not going to reveal us. This is just going in a direction that information's been hidden from us in the past, of course, with Vietnam and other things, but this is really bad. And they're shooting the cabinet, shooting themselves in the foot. And the changes that happen are not helpful. Okay, so this is instability, and it's instability with Trump. That was his outcome card, right? So they can't do anything with the orange one having issues. Okay, so here's more things that, like lightning flies through the air, right? The Uranus aspect, the planetary association with the tower. And everything that's going on is being monitored by the Pood. Who's trying to break everything up. Okay, so there's a loss, and that was in our cards before. There's still room to negotiate later, but this is bad. If we end up with this, then we just don't win. And there's all kinds of speculation and betting, Polymarket. Spies, reconnaissance. Maybe they kick it down the road a little bit, and then we'll deal with these two cups here. But I don't like the towers, what's going on. That's what's crowning the reading, and that's what's going on right now. So someone else is going to have to deal with. So then what happens to Netanyahu, because he keeps saying, take out the negotiator, do away with him, him and Lindsey Graham and, other just take out Iran, just what happens to Netanyahu, because that is just bad. The people of Israel have got to start standing up. Well, like they need to do with Netanyahu what we need to do with the orange one, right? And all these commentators and stuff that say the Israeli people are bad, that's just not true. You know, I have cousins there, you guys, plenty of them. And it's just not true. They're going through something very similar that we are. And each country has bad actors and bad people, but you can't lump them, put them all in one pot together. And I know you know that. That's the same way we don't want Canada to judge us, or Canadian citizens to judge us. Okay, he's losing power and his reign is ending. There's going to be someone new coming in here. Thank goodness. Thank God. There's going to be a new leader. Someone else is coming in. This is competition for Netanyahu. He is no longer standing upright. He was in the hospital. There's a new leader coming in. So watch Israel put someone else in place. That's good news. More good news. All right. David asks, why did Peter Theil move his family to Argentina, to Buenos Aires? Because he wants to align himself with Javier Milei, liberal leader, tax evasion. Did he move there? Did he move his family there? Peter Thiel, did he move his family there because he knows something bad is going to happen here? Or did Milei promise the tax benefits in addition to allowing Thiel to try his new project of corporate surveillance and then bring it back to the US? Why? So if we're looking for surveillance, that would be the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Why did Peter Thiel move his family to Argentina? He's definitely working on a project. Okay, I've started something. I need to perfect it. I need to keep working it. I need to keep banging out these pentacles until I get to the 10 of Pentacles and to the 9. All right, that is the security card. So this could be about that. He is getting a tax break here. He's free to do whatever he wants there. He knows there's going to be instability with Iran and other issues. So that was a part of it, the tax break. It's almost like there's like 3 different things here that benefit him for moving there. He also knows that the orange one is getting further confused and can't make decisions. And he knows that that's going to make for a big competitive problem in the cabinet. So he wanted to expedite getting out. He is working on something that connects to the internet. Something he wants to take worldwide, start in other places. So I'm going to say that there could be something to that surveillance, but I didn't actually get. Okay, so let me ask that specifically. Is Thiel going to try out his corporate surveillance equipment system in Argentina? Is he going to be using it on the people, citizens of Argentina? A new type of surveillance system? Well, is that a yes or a no, please? All right, then I have a couple more questions. I'm going to run over again. Doggone it. Okay. Thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. Making a plan. He's still making a plan on this. What is his? He has a God complex or something. There's a thing here. Whatever he's working on begins in September and October. Virgo and Libra. It's something that can be used worldwide, and it can be used on other parts of the world, other places of the world. And he's talked to the Pood about this. He's made a deal with the devil. And so the answer to that question is yes, he is working on that plan. He is definitely developing it, working on it, combining it with something else, working with someone else. And I'm going to say that this has something to do with targeting females. Do with it what you will. Okay, sorry, that was dark. We can look into that again next week. You guys help me with new posts. Thank you so much for posting, asking questions. All right. Bondi blamed Todd Blanche in her fake testimony. What's the future for Todd Blanche? Is he getting in trouble? Todd Blanche getting in trouble? Is Todd Blanche getting in trouble? Is he going to get benched? Yep. Woo! He can't get anything going here. He had a change. He thought, okay, I get this spot. Now I can make it happen. Nope. Block. Nope. Block. Oh, he's going down. Whoa. And he gets betrayed. That could be, what she said, or, she also said Cash Patel. Oh, face plant. He's going to try to bring up something new. He's barely able to, all the things that he's juggling become untenable. When the Two of Pentacles comes up by itself or around good cards, you're able to balance things for a while and keep it up, but it's still a little, it's a little cray. But when it has negative cards by it, aspected, especially by a negative disruptive major arcana card, then the balancing act is no longer. One of the pentacles drops. Okay, so he's done through, finished. All right, and then a person from Oregon wanted me to ask again about any earthquakes in 2026, any significant earthquakes in 2026, either in the state of Oregon, by the coast of Oregon, in the water just offshore of Oregon, please. What happens there with earthquakes? Is there any destructive earthquakes going to happen in 2026 in any of those places affecting Oregon? The state, the coast, the waterways. safe for right now. Okay, so there are some places here that will be affected. Maybe some places that are seemingly a little well-to-do, closer to the beach, perhaps with that water. And something in a problem in a new place, a new area, the opening of something, the beginning point, an open cavern, a cavernous opening. Here's everyone working on it. They don't want to tell people. Sacrifice, delay. Maybe it's after the turn of the year. There is a problem here. Something definitely puts a hole or happens around the mouth of a cave or cavernous opening or something. There's a delay of telling, or there's a obfuscation of the information, and then we can only take it as a delay. So, maybe later, 6 months after the turn of the year or something. So that's actually good news. Okay. Oregon may have a little financial issue. All right. Let's take a look at a reading for you and me for our blue moon, full moon Sagittarius. That's a little touchy. A little touchy. A little. Got to listen to new kinds of music. Got to clear our mind, go outside. Some people say, I can't go out because it's too hot. I know all about hot. That's why you have to go at sunrise and sunset. Even after sunset. Guides and angels, what is it that you want us to know? Man, I feel like we're getting closer to, we're still going to have our battles, but I feel like we're close, you guys. See what the message is. The Celtic Irish women, their music is really awesome. And I love Sacred Spirit, the Native American. They've got 2 CDs that I love. Okay. Do not eat your feelings, but do celebrate like it's your John Travolta. It's my birthday. I can eat anything I want. And if I'm Johnny from Thoreau's Apprentice, it might be 8 cakes. And a brownie or 2. Just saying. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. It's my fat John Travolta card. Okay. And that's what the orange one did. Just was excess of everything. It was the 7 deadly sins. It was indulging in everything out over the skis, and now in mind peril is what I'm going to call it. Mind peril. Okay. And they don't want you to overanalyze things. So don't be over analytical. When this card comes up, it's just like, get out of your head and get into your car, And then now that we found out we're going to have issues with gas, just make sure that you keep topping off your tank so that you have a full tank of gas. You get an extra tank. Well, supply is there. Get a gas can. Okay. Don't overanalyze and get out of your, be free. Do something really nice for yourself. Get out, see a show, go to the park. Go to a gourmet store and stock your pantry with some fun things that'll excite you. Some things that you used to like to do when you were younger. Thank you, Susie. And do some art stuff. Go where kid energy is. It's so special. You know, wherever you can hear kid voices, it's so special. Oh yeah, they really want us to pamper ourselves. So go get your hairs did. Buy a new blouse, a new dress. Do your hair a different way. Try a different style of clothing. Get something that you really like, you know. Then there's so many free things to do that are fun. But really take good care of yourself. This is pampering yourself, you know, doing something special for yourself. Even if it's like doing your own pedicure for yourself, just really taking some time. And then make sure that you're with your bestie or another, you know, a good friend or a family member. Do an exchange. There was a lady that would, I could do an esthetician that I used to trade for readings. And so could be something like that. Do something nice for your friend, and then they'll do something nice for you. So remember to barter and trade. That's always really important. This full moon is a doozy, and it can make you even say, I don't want to do anything with anybody. I'm just going to climb it up a hill and into a cave. So don't do that. Get out of your ego. Looks like the front half of this weekend, and we're asking about, you know, today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'll be back here Tuesday unless, you know, the orange thing happens and they actually release something. Remember, keep your eyes peeled on any family members going to the White House. Watch movements. Okay. You know, all of us, we're so good at giving in our light worker community. We're so good at giving. Allow yourself to receive here, because this is reciprocity. You know, this is giving and receiving without expectation, without guilt. Don't make ties to things that don't have to have ties. Okay, go with the flow. All right, and this could mean, you know, you could be just thinking too much. Get out of your head, get into your car. That's it. Go to some fun places. Go to a gourmet shop. Go where they're having a sale or a coupon. Go to some events. Get with somebody. Don't do it yourself. Get with somebody. This is important. So phone a friend, call your sissy, call your bestie, call your bro. I have one bro. Do something with somebody. Don't sacrifice your happiness and get all up in your head. Get outside too. Okay, just make it happen. Don't let the dark side, you know, make you self-sabotage, or just get rid of that. Do something nice for yourself, something aesthetically beautiful for yourself, that's beautifying, courageous, loving, experiencing something new, something you always wanted to do with your friend, or something you used to like to do previously. Okay, so get out of your head, get a different perception. You know, I always like to say when the hangman comes up is he's stuck, because the way he's currently running his show doesn't work. So he gives up, he surrenders, he goes to the tree of knowledge, hangs himself upside down and says, I give up. What I'm doing is not working. So I'm willing to sacrifice my ego, do things a different way. And when I hang upside down, the floor becomes the ceiling and the ceiling becomes the floor. So therefore, I'm forced to see things through just change of perception. Okay? All right. So get out of your ego. Do something fun with someone else. But then, you know, this is, you know, do something really nice, aesthetically nice for yourself, pleasing. Okay. And have some cake, you know. have some cake. Just don't eat 8. Okay. All right, you guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks again for all your support. I really, really appreciate everything that you do to try to help us out. And you've been here for us. This is such a wonderful, loving community. I'm just so glad that we found each other. So take care of you. Okay? Much love to you. I'll see you soon. Thank you.